Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Loving in Reality, where we are here to discuss Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 7, Back from the Honeymoon.
Yes, back from the honeymoon, settling into their new apartment. Yeah, so it looks like everything's going fairly well, I would say, I guess.
Yeah, I
Except
think
for,
so. I feel like usually this episode can be a little boring,
yeah.
but I enjoyed this one.
I guess we could start with Justin and Alexis because they had like the most drama this episode.
They definitely did. Alexis was getting on my nerves again, talking about how easy marriage has been so easy. I'm waiting for it to be hard. I'm waiting for it to get hard.
I feel like that is just, I don't know about marriage, but definitely when it comes to like dating, that can happen sometimes. Because I know I felt like that for a minute when my husband and I first started dating. And I was like, when are we going to have a fight? Blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as we had one fight, it just kept coming. So I would definitely say to Alexis, oh, girl, it's coming. As she found out later on in the episode.
But why would she expect it to be difficult, like on the honeymoon?
I don't know. It's just that whole rose-colored glasses thing, I think.
Yeah, no, she was like, girl, you done spoken too soon. So
Yes,
even
don't do
before the
it.
big pet fiasco, when she walked into his place, she was kind of rude about it. Like low
Yeah.
key rude.
Yeah, like when she was like, we're in the kitchen and the bedroom and whatever she was saying at the same time.
Yeah. And then they went out on his balcony, which I thought was very nice. And the planes kept going. People don't complain about this.
I feel like she is rude to him. I don't know what is his deal, honestly, or
Hmm.
maybe he's also, in that rose-colored glasses thing.
Yeah.
But she is not nice to him, like hardly ever. I just think that he
Yeah.
just looks past that because I don't know if she's pretending to or if she's just doing it for the show, but she makes him feel like wanted and comfortable in his skin, like basically makes him feel like he's attractive.
Hmm.
And so
I don't know. I feel like on the honeymoon she was kind of joking a little bit, but none of this seemed like she was joking.
I don't think, sometimes joking, what they say is like half truth,
Yeah.
half the time
Yeah.
they're telling the truth or something like that.
Yeah,
But I
all
don't
like
know.
the giggling and smiles that she had on the honeymoon definitely went away.
I don't know. How do you feel about the dog situation?
That was so sad.
I feel bad for the dog, her dog. I'm like, dang, that dog got attacked. But I'm trying to figure out, did they not see the other dog like growling
Yeah.
continuously?
So but Justin for sure was right there when his dog did growl. Like that was a pretty good scary growl.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Alexis was, but seeing that they should have separated them.
I feel like, first of all, why was one dog not on a leash and the other dog was on a leash? That didn't make sense either.
Yeah, I don't know why Alexis just had that little. I wouldn't have had my little dog roaming free around this big dog who just growled.
Right. I feel like they were gonna do like some introduction like to the dogs to each other, like a slow integration or
Hmm.
something where they're both on the leash to see like so you can have some control over the situation. She was just walking around looking at the apartment
I
and I was just kind of
know.
I'm like, this is not how you integrate the dogs together. But it was also very weird how that happened because he has a cat. So the dog and his
Right.
cat get along just fine. So I don't know. That was very weird
It
to
was.
me.
That cat seemed like it don't want to be bothered. I guess that's how most cats
Because,
can
we
are.
had a cat,
Hmm.
and when my parents' dog came to visit, we kept them separate. The
Yeah.
dog tore down the door almost. Like when we came back, the door was almost tore down. Like he was biting through the door to try to get to
To get
Whiskers.
to Whiskers? Oh my
Yes.
God. Oh,
So
that's
that's why I'm
scary.
just confused as to why the dog is okay with the cat being around, but then the other dog there's a problem. I don't know, that was weird to me. But
I
they
mean, I
definitely
guess
should have
they've just
integrated
gotten
that.
used to each other. He's probably had them for a while.
But they
But you're saying it
definitely
probably wasn't like an immediate integration.
Yeah, they should have just like integrated them a little bit at a time, especially if he knows that his dog has problems with other dogs.
Yeah, which she mentioned later. He was wrong for that. Another thing I didn't like is when his dog attacked her dog and she was like, "What happened? What happened?" He was like, "Nothing." The dog is crying.
Yeah.
I was like, if nothing happened, then why is she hollering like this?
Yeah.
And then they showed the dog's eye. I was like, oh my God. Oh,
Uh, yeah, that was just, I don't know. But I don't
yeah,
know
that
how
was
I
pretty
feel
bad.
about him having to give the dog away and her keeping her dog.
Well, I don't think he should have to give the dog away. I think it's like they didn't really have a discussion about it unless they did and we didn't see it.
Yeah, because then when Pastor Cal came, it was like he was saying, well, what if that time comes, it'll be hard. And she's like, if that time comes, you said that's what's happening.
I could see him agreeing to give the dog away for Alexis.
Like, I feel like there just needs to be some. I can understand she might not feel safe, or I don't know. Do you not feel safe? Did he try to attack you? Is it a dog thing? Like, there needs to be a little bit more because it's hard to give a pet away, especially one that he's had since
Mhm.
the when he was
She was a
5 weeks old.
puppy. Yeah.
That's crazy. And he's just gonna be like, I'm just gonna give this away for. And then how would he feel if he did do all that and does all this stuff, and then at the
And it doesn't
decision
work.
day she says no?
hmm I and I hate that he took his dog to that little camp. I was like, what? Where is this?
That didn't look like a nice little camp, did it?
No, that place looks so sad. I'm
I'm
like,
like, I feel like there's other places like where they have like indoors and stuff. Why is the dog
yeah, why's the
outside?
dog outside? I feel like your dog's gonna come back more aggressive than she was before.
Because it didn't seem like those dogs that were there weren't. They were like nice and happy with being there.
No, I was like, wait a minute. So when he was talking about it in the car, I thought it was just a class where they go together and then leave, like the ones they have at the pet stores.
Yeah,
But he dropped her off like in the woods.
yeah, that
Very
was interesting.
confused. Oh,
Ugh,
poor Maya. That's the name of Justin's dog.
yeah, that's just
Oh,
sad.
yeah.
Definitely
I
sad.
felt bad for both of the dogs.
But I feel like Alexis is just. I don't know. I feel like she's just overtaking, and he's just doing what like yes, Alexis, yes, 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 yes. I hate when that happens because in the end, that can build resentment if you're just saying yes just for the sake of saying yes. And it's
hmm
not really what you want. If you don't really want that and there's no discussion, then you're gonna start complaining about how she's overtaking your life. But it's like, did she overtake it or did you allow her to?
Yeah. Especially when you're not getting anything back in
Yeah.
return. That
What is
makes
he
it
getting
worse.
back? Lingerie? Isn't that what she said?
That is what she said.
Like that's not enough.
hmm
And
What did
he's not even really getting that because I thought he was still celibate. So what is happening?
Nothing. It, so he gets her. He gets her present.
I feel
That's
like
what he gets.
that's what she wants. She wants Alexis wants someone to fawn over her so that she can control them. She needs
That's
to
what
have the
she
upper
has.
hand.
She has that for sure.
Or at least that's how it's shown on the show.
hmm
Ugh.
Justin cried about 3 times this episode.
I felt like Alexis got tired of him crying.
I got tired of him crying.
Like at that last part where he started crying about that dog situation with Pastor Cal there, I feel like she was like annoyed.
I would have been too. And he was crying after his dog bit her dog. Like he was like, "Can I come with you? I want to come with you."
Yeah. I'm like, you're not a. Ugh.
That would bother me so badly. He sounded like a little kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not a child.
Yeah, that would not work for me.
But that just depends on what kind of guy you like. Like, if you want a guy that's like, I don't know what, I'm trying to figure out the proper words to use here because I'm not trying to say the wrong thing, but I'm trying to
I
convey what I'm
know.
trying to
Yeah.
say. So you just, a guy that's not as, I don't want to say sensitive because that could be said the wrong way.
Emotional?
I feel like emotional is sometimes said to think about the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone that's just not as sad.
I feel like emotional is okay. If that were a woman crying as much as he were crying, I would be annoyed.
Right. Just
Like,
someone that's not
girl,
as
stop
sad.
crying.
So I would have to have a talk with him and be like, Justin, like, what are you sad about? Like, why are you crying about this? Like, why are you having such a strong emotion to me? Because right
hmm
now, I'm the one that's like stressed out, right? This something has happened to my
hmm
dog. My dog's eye is bleeding. I need to find a vet. It's super late at night. And you're crying because why?
Right. I should be the one crying.
Are you crying because like you think I'm mad at you? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not even like focused enough to be mad at you, so you don't need to worry about that. Like, what is it?
hmm
I would have to ask him, like, what is it that's making you cry? Because also, I don't
hmm
want it to be like, are you crying as like a weaponized thing, like so I can feel bad? Like, why are you
Yeah.
crying?
See, and that to me is what that was. Like he was crying so she would be less mad at him.
Yeah, because that would definitely piss me off. Because I'd be like, I don't even like it when my daughter does that. Like, we don't fake cry. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Like
And
I,
someone made a good point about him when she asked what happened and he was like nothing. They said, "Well, now I'm not going to feel comfortable leaving my dog here with you at all because he works from home."
I thought they both
And if,
did. No?
I think she goes to work. I know he works from home.
Oh, I thought they both did because he was saying something about he's gonna be bringing her lunch and bringing her, but maybe he meant to the office. I don't know.
Oh, I could see him doing that. But yeah, they were like, "Well, what if something happens to the dog while she's at work?" And he would probably fib about that.
I thought he said nothing because he didn't actually look at the dog. Because he said
Oh,
he was like
I,
nothing. I thought he said Maya like barked or growled at him, but I don't think he actually looked to see what was happening because the dog was on the leash next to him, but he was looking at her, whatever she was looking at in the
oh,
kitchen.
I thought he saw what happened.
I thought he didn't saw because I didn't see at first either because I was like, what's going on? And then I saw after she picked him up that his face was bleeding, and I don't think Justin saw that.
Oh, okay, okay, Justin, I'll give you a pass.
But I don't know. I'm just saying it didn't seem like he did. It seemed like he was talking to Alexis because they were talking because she was in the kitchen looking at the cabinets or something.
Hmm.
I think they were talking. He was looking at her, and then the dog. I don't even think he saw the dog came up behind him. I think, or to the side of him, or he wasn't looking at the dog when he came up. And then the dog came up.
Okay.
They got attacked. He pulled his dog back, and then she's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Nothing. Maya just something something." But it turned out to be like more than that.
Yeah,
So
he
that's
should
what it
have
seemed
put
like
his
happened to
dog
me.
in the room, knowing that his dog has gotten into it with other dogs.
Yeah, or just slowly integrated them together to see how they would work. But I feel like if he's growling, that was a good indication to the both of them because I'm sure she heard him growling too. The dog didn't growl
Yeah,
this one time.
that's true.
That should
I
have
do feel
indicated
like
to both of them.
they're kind of both they both could have handled that situation better.
But
I
I
have a little
mean,
soft spot for dogs now after Dee Dee got her dog.
but yeah, they did have that discussion about it with Pastor Cal, and I guess he did lie about his dog's past aggressions. So
Hmm.
that I would have been like, okay, you could have said that.
Right.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
I wonder if he's going to do that throughout the season.
Do
Like,
what?
are you lying about anything else just because you think I might not like it or not? Because I
Because
mean,
he
that's
said it
something people
wasn't
need to
relevant.
know. Oh,
Exactly. I'm like, how is that not relevant though?
what?
Like what?
See, I don't like that when people withhold things like that.
Yeah.
I know it's still early in the relationship, but just let me know and then I'll figure it out and go from there to see if it's
Right.
something I can handle. Ooh, that was the biggest thing that happened with them. I don't think Alexis is staying there right now, or is she?
No, I think she is because the dog is gone.
Hopefully they can figure that out. Who else was this? No, I'm saying
Oh,
I can't say her name.
you talking about Stasha?
Sasha. Yeah.
I didn't really like how she was at Nate's house.
Yeah. Now I'm a fan of Stasha. I am, but she did get on my nerves this episode.
I was like, what is she doing? She was just going through, there's trash in here. And then I felt like not only was she like pointing stuff out, but she was literally like putting stuff on the ground, like this is trash. This I'm like, what?
Yeah. So when they went through his house, she was wrong for that, for going all up in the cabinets, throwing stuff on the floor. But what she did find was a little
Weird.
concerning.
Yeah, I mean the trash. He had one bag. He had an empty bag in there. Okay,
And he had
whatever.
empty oatmeal
But I don't
containers.
understand the empty oatmeal container.
What was that?
I'm like, what? That is weird. Like, why do you have so many empty oatmeal containers? But
And
I
why
don't.
dirty glasses in the cupboard?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Ugh,
I'm like, did you just not like see that they were dirty, or did
that is
somebody else like
gross.
come through and like really quickly put things away in your house? Like, what's happening?
Oh, maybe. Does he have a roommate?
He didn't say, but she did say two glasses were dirty. Were you
Hmm.
drinking with somebody?
Right. Was it that girl? Did you
Oh,
text her and tell her to put them glasses in?
I'm wondering where. Because I was like, his room is, his house is pretty clean compared to like what I thought
Oh,
it was
yeah.
gonna be. First of all, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's not that bad.
His place was actually nice.
Somebody said that his place gives Airbnb vibes. I
Wait, that
was
it what?
reading comments. It gives Airbnb vibes.
Oh, I did see that somewhere. People thought he rented it out for the show.
But I don't know. But I didn't like the way that, I mean, his house was, it was probably, it was, to me, it looked clean, but maybe not neat. Is that what she was looking for? I don't know.
But it also made me wonder, is he really that clean? Because why is there trash in cabinets and dirty glasses in the cupboard?
Yeah,
It
so I'm
just seems
like,
like someone put that up for the
yeah,
show.
like, oh, can you go clean my house up real quick? Like, he just had
Yeah,
someone go over there and just like put everything away. Because also, it looked like they just threw stuff in the closet.
right. So his place probably is a mess. But knowing how Stasha is, he was like, oh, yeah, somebody please go clean that up.
So, I don't
Oh, and
know.
also, Stasha, I'm also not a fan of shoes in the house. Totally understand that rule. But you can't then go into his house with your tennis shoes on and get on his bed.
Oh yes. I was like, wait a minute, why has she got shoes on? I hate when people wear outside clothes and most definitely shoes in the bed. That
I
bothers
can't
me to
stand it.
death.
Cannot stand it. And her feet were on the bed. I
Like,
was like,
why do
Stasha,
you have your outside clothes on in the bed?
yeah, that would have bothered me.
Like, I
That
can't
would have bothered
even,
me so bad.
like, what was the point of me taking a shower and getting in the bed when you got in the bed with your outside clothes on?
Yeah, nope. I couldn't believe she did that.
Yeah, that wasn't very clean to me.
No, and it's a little disrespect. I mean, because if that were her bed, she wouldn't have done that.
But she tried to
It's
act like her place was so clean. I'm like, it's clean. Okay. But
her place was nice too.
yeah, but it wasn't like I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't like, oh Lord Jesus, I can't believe this. Unless she's just been
Hmm.
with some really dirty people. It just looked regular, like clean.
That little thing she had on the bed, that wasn't regular. I've
Oh,
never seen that outside of a staged home.
I feel like she did that, like staged. I feel like she staged that, just like Nate said. I was like, there's no way you put this on your bed every day.
Nate messing with her about that was funny.
I would have said the same thing because there's no way.
Every day it's on her bed. Mm-mm-mm. So I was also surprised by their income. They talked about their finances with Pastor Cal.
Yeah.
Very surprised by what both of them make.
Yeah. Well, she does real estate, and I can understand maybe she has like a bunch of real estate properties, and if she also has properties, plus she sells homes in San Diego. Homes in
Hmm.
California are expensive. So I can understand maybe how much she would make, but I was more shocked about Nate making that much money day trading. Like he must be really good at it.
He must be, because I wasn't expecting him to state six figures.
For day trading, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I need to get into day trading. What does that entail?
Yeah, he makes good money.
Because I know a lot of people that have tried to do the day trading thing and definitely weren't making even enough to replace their full time job.
Hmm. How long has he been doing that?
It has to be for a long time.
Yeah, I would think. Well, no, because you looked up on average what they make, right?
Yeah, but it said like if they were good.
Oh, okay. I wonder what the starting salary is.
Because I kept looking at more stuff and I saw somewhere like they were saying people that aren't that good probably make on average like $33,000 a year.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
it
and I
just
can see that
depends
being more of
on,
like a side job.
yeah, so it just depends on like how good you are.
Hmm.
But if it's something that he's been doing for a while, he might be really good at it. Which I'm like, I feel like it's just a chance thing, but I don't know. I don't know enough about it at all. I know zero about it.
I should have gotten into real estate.
I want to get into real estate so bad. It's not too late.
Hmm.
Definitely not too late.
She makes almost $500,000 a year. That is insane.
I mean, if you think about it, depending on how good of a realtor she is, and houses in San Diego, you could sell like a $500,000 house. It's like not out here. Houses are regular, smegular houses are like $500,000, and this is Atlanta. I can only imagine how it is in San Diego.
Hmm. And she
So
does
then,
other stuff too, right?
yeah, I think she has rental properties.
So yes, she was probably including all of her streams of income.
Oh
See,
yeah,
I like
probably.
Sasha. Smart woman.
Yeah, I was surprised by their incomes, but that's good on them. Definitely.
It is. Wait, I don't like that they're talking about kids already. It's like day 10 of marriage.
Well, I feel like it's good and bad. One, to me, it seems like they are already thinking for the future and thinking of it
Hmm.
as a long-term thing. So where they're planning for these things in a long-term type perspective.
Hmm.
But I mean, I guess the bad part is if they don't stay together.
Yeah. I just feel like this early on, I just need to know, do you want children? Yes, me too. And then maybe a little, like once we're settled into the home, we can talk about
Well,
the timeline a little more.
I think it's important to talk about the timeline now because since one, they're married, not dating, and
Hmm.
because if their timelines are still different, that can definitely cause a problem. With Stasha being older and she's like, I want to have kids immediately, and him being younger saying, I don't want to have kids immediately, that can be
Hmm.
a problem.
Yeah. I just don't think I'd want to have that conversation on day 10.
Maybe not. I probably
Like,
would
I'm like,
definitely want to have it before the 8 weeks are over, though.
well, yeah, definitely, for sure. For sure.
So yeah, but I feel like Nate has the same idea that most people have, like, oh, I need to save X amount of money before I have kids, and I feel like the if you keep saying, "Oh, I have to do this before I can have kids. I have to do this before I have kids," is the list is going to continuously grow longer and longer and longer
Hmm.
because there is literally nothing you can do to prepare you for having a kid.
Yeah. And really, financially together, they're in a good spot to have children.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what Pastor Cal was saying. I don't know how about San Diego. I've heard San Diego is really expensive,
I'm
but
sure it is, but I mean, between the two of them,
that's the thing. His problem is he doesn't want it to be between the two of them. He wants it to be me by myself.
a lot of guys think that way.
Yeah,
And I don't know. I guess
and
because I'm not a guy, I don't really get it.
That's what Pastor Cal was saying. He was like, it doesn't have to be you by yourself. Do
Hmm.
you other people like, do you like hear how much he makes? Like y'all would be good. If y'all had a kid right now, y'all would be good. And he was like,
Right.
yeah, but I want to make sure that we would be good. Like he doesn't want to have to rely on any type of income from her to make sure that the family is good. I mean, and I've heard of that happening where like the girl still works, but puts like none of the money towards the family. Me personally, I wouldn't want to do
Hmm.
that, but I guess,
Me either.
if that's what
Huh. They were funny talking about that espresso machine. I didn't quite understand his logic.
it was no logic.
I didn't get, it's like,
He just wanted
what
to be
math are you
right.
doing, babe? Yeah.
So
The
we can talk about
numbers?
this later. She's like, no, we don't need to talk about it later. Like, you're not making sense.
No, the number for the espresso machine is lower than the amount of coffee, the amount of money she'd spend on coffee
Even though
every day for a year.
she kept adding stuff in there, and it was still lower. Okay, let's say $100 for milk. Okay, let's say $100 for sugar. It's still lower.
Yeah, you're right. He just wanted to be right.
So
It's funny. Yeah, that was Nate and Stasha.
they kind of trouble me. I don't know if they're gonna make it.
Oh, no, I'm not done with them. One
What?
other thing. When she was like pushing him to talk about his mom, she got on my nerves then
I
too.
don't like. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was like, oh, that is messed up. That is really
Yeah, like,
wrong.
girl, what are you doing right now?
That's
That
what I'm saying.
actually
I
made
feel
me a
like
little uncomfortable.
she's kind of too controlling, honestly.
I started to see in this episode why she's still single, probably.
She's way you can't. First of all, my feelings are not on demand. Like I
Yeah.
can't just
That,
cry because I said cry because you say cry. Or if I am
mhm.
talking about my mom, you can't say like why aren't you getting emotional? Because I'm not feeling emotional.
Yeah, she was like, well, give me something. Can you give me any something right now? No, I don't. One, he just said he like has trouble expressing things like that. And two, him and his mom aren't really in the best place and he doesn't know how to feel about it.
I mean,
It's kind of what I gathered.
I think she's upset because he did express when he did talk about that with her mom and all her family members, he started crying. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
waiting for that to happen again. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not how emotions work. I can talk about something. I remember like the other day I was talking about something that I've talked about a million times before about like something that happened to me that was I didn't like, right?
Hmm.
For some reason, I went and I talked to a particular person about it and I started crying. And I was
Yeah.
shocked myself. I was like,
Mm.
I've talked
That,
about this before. Why am I crying? Because you never know
Hmm.
like how those emotions and thoughts and feelings present themselves at any given time.
Hmm.
So that was really messed up. That was very insensitive, I think, of her to be
It
like,
was. It really was.
talk about your mom. Why don't you want to talk about your mom with me? We're just getting to know each other still.
Hmm.
And I don't know how I feel about my mom to talk to you about my mom. I don't know. That was very weird. Yeah, I
It
can't,
was.
I don't think Nate is going to like how she can controlling she is. And then I
Hmm.
feel like at some point or another, it's going to start to feel demeaning.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. And I think too, I saw it in the way she disrespected his stuff. Like
Hmm.
she's not gonna think his stuff or his needs and wants are as important as hers.
Or she's just going to think he has like a very immature or like not as smart as her type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Where she discounts what he's saying just because, like, oh, I know more than you. I'm
Hmm.
smarter than you. I'm more experienced than you, or whatever else it is. Everything is going to be like that. Because there was a way to go through his house and see like different things without being disrespectful or demeaning about it.
Hmm.
First of all, once I saw one oatmeal thing that was empty, I'd have been like, you got some empty oatmeal things up here, and kept it moving. I don't need to open each one empty. Yeah, this is empty too. This is empty too. Like, what is going on? Why do you have all these? I don't need to do all that.
I know, I'm surprised he didn't say anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
is he scared of her? What is going on?
Trash in the cabinets, throw it on the floor. Like, no, I don't need to do all that.
Yeah. All right, Stasha. I hope you can win us back
Reel
next
it in,
week.
girl. Reel it in.
Please. Like, where are your friends? I wish that they could see this and be like, girl, calm it on down, please.
But then on the other hand, we go to Mitch's apartment, and
Oh
that was
God.
absolutely disgusting.
That I would have been mortified. Mortified. His bathtub, his kitchen. I was like, what is going on?
And Kristen is still just swimming in the red flags. Like she's just la la la
She
la
is.
la.
You know what she said? She said she was making snow angels, didn't her?
She still is.
She's making snow angels, building castles, and I just don't understand.
Decorating her apartment with them. Like I don't know.
I don't get it. I would have been so turned off after seeing his place. Mm-mm.
I don't understand. Like she is just how is she just like falling in love with this guy? But then at the same time not really liking anything about him.
She loves how passionate he is about his job.
Okay.
And she's physically attracted to him.
I guess. Like I don't know because it just seems like she's just purposely looking over so many things.
Oh, she is. She's running around saying, I'm just so happy with this journey. I think I would have been less happy if it were perfect, but it's not perfect. And I'm happy about that.
Like
Kristen.
she's just everything. She's just looking over.
Yeah, it's like she's trying to convince herself. Also, I mentioned Mitch's teeth look funny to me. It's because he doesn't believe in fluoride. You do need fluoride, Mitch. That's why your teeth look like that.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, he was like, nobody needs fluoride in their water. Yes,
I saw
they
he
do.
say that, but I didn't even pay attention to his teeth, I guess.
They're
Yeah.
not the greatest. Because I was wondering, I was like, does he not brush his teeth often? Does he use like an all natural toothpaste?
Yeah, that's weird.
But despite seeing how Mitch lives, and Mitch knew cameras were coming, he knew, just didn't care.
Yeah. Oh, I
Kristen
mean,
wanted to have sex with this man.
that's what I'm saying. Like she's just looking over everything.
There is no way I would have sex with someone who lived in filth. That is gross.
Like, what did she find attractive about him? He's still like this complains and likes things so particular, and she's just so amicable. She's just like, sure, whatever you want. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. Like,
Poor
come on,
Kristen. I
Kristen.
know. It's sad at this point.
I feel like not to say there's any excuse for anything bad happening to her, but like maybe the reason why like her relationships haven't worked out is because people have just been using her until they're done with her.
Yeah, that could be the
Like
case.
you need to have a backbone. You need to let people know like this is how I need to be or should be treated. Or, my feelings matter as well. Like what I want matters too. Like, come on, you gotta answer yourself in somewhere.
And she tries to act like, I don't know, like she does have a backbone, but she doesn't. She really does not. Poor Kristen. And I can't remember what they talked about with Pastor Cal.
Well,
Not
Pastor
really.
Cal had, because she was saying how she was, so happy that they got matched and blah, blah, blah. And then he started asking, like, oh, have you talked about money? And they're like, no. Have you talked about kids? No. And it's like, what? And I'm like, well, what have y'all talked about? Because, like, how do you know you want to be with this person? You haven't even talked about anything.
What have they talked about? I don't know if I'm trying to think if, I mean, I guess you got to talk about something on the honeymoon because for them, that's like a first date. Like, do you bust out all that stuff on like a first, second date? I
Mm,
don't know.
I don't know.
But I guess with this process, everything is accelerated. So,
I mean, what I guess he was trying to say, like, how can you say that you feel all these things when you
hmm
don't really know this person, really?
yeah.
But
But
I
isn't
guess
that like any of them who are all lovey-dovey at this point?
I feel like the other couples have definitely talked about more or just shared or gone through more, even though
hmm
it's only been a couple of days. And I feel like they
Yeah.
have gone through stuff, but yet she still is in La La Land.
Mhm.
I don't know. There's just too many red flags for me. But maybe she's just like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, he is also 41 and has never been in a real relationship, which I think is a little odd.
Yeah.
Like not one? Hmm.
Did he say why?
I don't think he did. I don't think he's ever mentioned why.
Mm.
Maybe we'll find out a little later in the season. But he does seem like he's starting to warm up to Kristen.
Yeah, he does. Definitely. Like he's
And it
starting to like
seems,
her as well. And I think it's just because how, she is so accepting of him and his everything.
yeah. And it seems genuine. So if it weren't for Mitch's nasty apartment, I probably wouldn't have much to say about those two. But
I mean, I feel like I find Kristen to be like concerning, like how she is with him. But other than that, yeah.
yeah, and I guess when she talked about how she is in her other relationships, how she like falls fast and falls hard, I could
Hmm.
see that.
Oh, Kristen, wake it up, girl, wake up.
Please do. Morgan and Ben.
um,
I don't know if there was a whole lot going on. Oh,
but
yes, no, we saw some of Ben's very frugalish ways.
oh yeah, that was kind of extra. I don't think Morgan is gonna like allow that to continue. She's definitely gonna have to force him to like find a middle ground.
And I think they can probably, as serious as he is about it, can sit down and come up with some compromises.
Yeah.
Like the unplugging things, I could do that, but
Mm.
maybe let me have some lights on. Like I mean, like a
If I'm
lamp. Can
using
I have a
them,
lamp?
if I'm in the room, bro, the light is gonna be on. I don't care what you got to say about that. If I'm
Yeah,
in the room, the light's on. I'll remember to turn it off when I leave the room, but I'm not walking around the house with a flashlight. Number
yeah,
one.
that's a little crazy. And he has like particular times. I guess I do understand because during the day I use a lot of natural light too.
Yeah, I do
But
too, but I'm not walking around in the dark.
I really hope he was kidding when she was in the bathroom and he
He had
turned the
to
light off.
be.
I hope he was kidding.
He had to be. But then, I mean, that kind of goes into what kind of healing does he need to do if he has like this financial trauma? Like, what's happening here?
Has he talked about it? I don't think he said that that
Well,
he
on
grew up
the
without money, did he?
on the after show, I didn't watch the whole thing. I wasn't really paying attention, but he did say something about like having immigrant parents and all that kind of stuff. He
Oh,
did.
okay.
I didn't really pay attention enough to know if he went into
Maybe like
detail.
similar to noise situation, you think?
Well, I think Noise might have been a little more extreme just because of
Hmm.
the camping stuff that she grew up on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just thinking that it stems from that, and he's kind of out of control with it, with this whole financial freedom thing. But I mean, bills are bills, not like debt. So I feel
Hmm.
like if you can pay your bills, wouldn't that be considered financial freedom? I thought financial freedom was like if you had a bunch of debt.
I don't know. I wonder what Ben's goals are financially. I don't like
Yeah.
think he stated them. Like, does he want to retire at 40? I mean, what's
Yeah, that would be a good kind of thing to go over. But I feel like I don't think they should be treating it as a joke because like really like what's going on?
yeah. That would definitely get on my nerves because I'm thinking because every now and then I'm sure she's gonna want to do something nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is he not going to want to do that? Like
Yeah,
go on
like
vacation or?
it definitely seems like maybe it's the situation like their finances will be separate because she has some hobbies that cost money.
Yeah, she does. And
So
people have been saying, I don't really know where this is coming from, that Miguel from this season reminds him of Jose, which I don't really see. I almost feel like Ben is more like Jose, because wasn't he like that about
yeah,
money?
uh-huh. Yeah,
Hmm.
what? Miguel. It's because they're both Hispanic. That's racist.
Right. That's what I think it is.
Like, what are they
Yeah.
talking about?
I have no idea. I don't see the similarities. But as far as Jose and Ben, I do see it. So Jose had his whole like whiteboard.
That was just Jose like needing to be. He had little minute syndrome because who has their whole savings account information, how much is in each account, and all that stuff just for anybody to walk in his house and see?
Crazy.
Nobody.
Mm-mm. Remember, he also didn't like want to go on trips and stuff because it cost too much.
Yeah.
And Rachel did have a problem with that. So I'm just wondering if that'll be an issue.
Right. So that's definitely something they can need to talk about. I feel like they were more focused on the
Oh God, the whole
situation that
nursing
happened
thing.
with the nursing, which I guess she didn't tell the experts that either. I think he just assumed that nursing meant that she had her BSN.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So he was definitely wrong for that,
Yeah,
especially
he
not
just blew
believing
it
her.
out of proportion. Because I'm
Yeah,
starting to think like you were last week. Maybe she didn't tell the experts that.
because Pastor Cal didn't seem like she did.
Yeah.
So I feel like he just one, it would have pissed me off because he told someone, and two, that you didn't believe me when I told you that I was an RN. You basically said that you didn't believe that I was an RN when I told you I was because I didn't have my BSN, even though I explained to you the whole process and why I don't have my BSN but can still be considered an RN. Like she thought he thought she was lying.
I guess something for him just wasn't clicking.
Google it.
Maybe. And he did. I mean, he admitted to overreacting.
I'm just trying to figure out why was it such a panic with that? Like why did he overreact like in that way, like so quickly, just
Now,
like
hmm,
that's kind of odd to me.
yeah, I don't know. So I thought she was lying about it to make herself seem like a better candidate on the show. But it
Yeah,
also, maybe he was thinking that she still had like a lot of left. No, she said one class.
that's what
But
I'm
I think he
saying.
wanted someone more established maybe in life. And if she's still in school, that's not necessarily her.
But I'm talking about words. I can understand all of that, but I guess with her and with me, it would have been like, why did you say that I lied? Because who did I lie to? What was the lie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I can see if you're concerned about me having a like school left and all that other kind of stuff, that might have not have been something that you were expecting, and we could have discussed all of that. But you going around or even telling Justin or whoever else you told that I lied,
Yeah, no, I don't know. Because last week I thought she lied to the experts. So that's what annoyed me.
yeah,
But after watching the episode, I was like, oh, well, Pastor Cal doesn't seem like he is aware of any of this.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't know. But then I could understand maybe if that was the thing, then they should have just this discussion should have been more focused on her finishing school and again with his whole financial thing. Because obviously finances are such a big deal to him that he freaks out over her
mhm,
having to finish school. So
yeah. And
they
maybe that's
definitely
just
need to
all
talk
he
about it.
heard. Maybe he wasn't really listening to her
Yeah.
in that moment. With the way he is about money, I could see that. He probably heard, I still have school left and freaked out.
Yeah. Like she still has school left. That means she has to pay for this. She got student
Yeah,
loans. She's not even a nurse. Blah
I
blah
know.
blah blah blah.
Oh, Ben. Oh, he was being weird this episode too about the cat.
Oh yeah, I feel
That
like he's
was
kind of weird to me anyway. Like he's a little off.
Yeah, that was really weird. I was like, Ben, what are you talking about? Do you not know how pets work or just animals? I'm not understanding.
Like, do you have to take
Why
it
would,
out? Is it gonna pee on me? It's a cat.
yeah, he was like, are we going to be in sync? Like, are we going to have the same pee schedule?
He had to
What?
be joking. He
He
had to
looked
just be
very
joking.
serious.
But then again, he also said on national TV that the Magnum condom was too big for him. So who knows? I'm
Oh, Ben. But I mean, to be fair, magnums aren't made for like the average size penis.
not gonna admit that on TV. Like ever, there would be if I was a dude, there would never be a time in life where I would ever admit to that on national television. No, thank you.
Oh man. Oh man. He's just so like he was very naive, I guess, to that.
He is very clueless about a lot of things, almost childlike.
Yeah.
Talking about some Blasian. You ain't never date no Blasian girl. Come on
Maybe
now.
bad.
I
He
don't
likes
believe
it.
it.
He plays basketball.
I don't care.
And he actually looks like he's pretty good.
Or is
Better
Justin just
than
really
Justin.
bad?
I know. Yeah, just because you're tall doesn't mean anything.
What do the old people say? Got all that height for no reason.
I know, poor Justin. He just looks uncoordinated. Tall and lanky and that
Oh
was
yeah.
Ben and Morgan. And then Lindy and Miguel.
I don't know. I feel like Lindy and Miguel are doing fine. I feel like they're alright. He doing alright. I
Yeah,
can't
I
even
can't
like
really think
remember.
of she handled him coming out in that costume well, because I would have been like, what is that?
I
She
don't
didn't
feel
seem to
like
mind it.
yeah, I don't feel like there's really much like I mean, of course they have like some discussions that they need to have, but I don't nothing jumps out at me. I was like, "Oh, that's a problem." kind of thing.
I do think maybe I don't know, Lindy it goes back and forth about a lot of stuff. How
Mm.
she wants him to be open and honest with her, but also doesn't want
Oh,
him to
that's
share how he feels
I forgot about that
about her.
part. Yeah, that did not make any sense. And I understand exactly what Miguel is saying. Because
Hmm.
if it comes to the point where I'm feeling a certain way and then I don't share it, or if I feel like I can't share it to where I just bury it, and then I
Hmm.
continue to do that, of course you're going to become disconnected from the person.
Yeah, you are. You may like build up resentment and stuff
Yeah,
towards
so
that
why would she
person.
purposely say, for my own sake, because then I'll start reading into what you're saying too much. Don't tell me if you're feeling a certain type of way. Don't share how you feel with me.
Hmm.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, he should be able to tell you that. I mean, if I can't share how I'm feeling with my partner, like where am I supposed to go with these feelings?
Yeah, and then they'll end up either, like he said, keeping them in to where they
Hmm.
withdraw because you don't want to just have these feelings and just hold on to them. Sooner or later, you're going to be like, I'm going to have to protect myself so I don't feel this way. Nobody just wants to
Right,
be like, oh, I feel bad and oh, I'm feeling like this, but I can't let them know. And either they're going to talk to someone else about it or they're
right.
going to be like, I'm tired of feeling like this. I need to do something myself in order to not feel this way because how is she going to stop doing whatever she is that's causing him to feel that if he doesn't tell her that he's feeling that way?
Exactly. It made no sense. Also, Lindy, because that's how emotional affairs get started. They
Mm-hmm.
start confiding in someone else, and then they start building these little feelings, and mm-mm.
So she's like, if you're having doubts, don't tell me. I'm the exact opposite. If you're having doubts, you better tell me.
And right, I want to know because the one thing I cannot stand is if I am doing something that's making you feel a certain way, or if you're feeling a certain way in the relationship for months, you've been feeling like this, and you finally say something. I mean, that's not. Well, what do you want me to do about it now? I didn't know. If I had known, I could have been working on it or
Right.
something.
Like you can't just think it's gonna disappear. It's not gonna just disappear.
Yeah, I don't get her thinking there.
Well, she's saying that if he says, "Hey, I'm not really feeling happy in their relationship because I feel like we're not connecting or something," then she'll start overthinking that, and she'll start getting worried and scared and blah 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 blah. But it's like, okay, well, what you need to do then is reevaluate how you're reacting to what he's saying. Instead of overthinking it to where you're getting scared, you should be like,
Hmm.
okay, so how can we work together to resolve this so that our relationship is good for the both of us? You're focusing on the
Yeah.
wrong thing. Just because someone feels bad doesn't mean they're going to continue to always feel bad. Just because he says I'm having doubts now doesn't mean he's going to continue to have doubts forever.
Yeah, she is a very anxious person. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
just so scared of like him leaving.
Yeah. Maybe she has and she might have that issue because didn't her dad leave or something like that?
Well, her parents divorced. I don't know the
Was it
details
her?
and stuff
Maybe it
of
was
it.
some. I know Stasia said her dad left. I thought it was somebody. I thought it was one of the other girls too.
Hmm.
But I'm like, yeah, you definitely need to work on that anxious attachment that you have and try to figure out like what is
Yeah.
the reason that you have that kind of attachment style? Like, what is it coming from?
Hmm.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that is a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see how because he has such a chill, laid back personality, like how he's going to handle her.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the whole Jose thing here.
Oh, I don't either at all. I really think it's just because they're both Hispanic, because I don't see it.
Because Jose was kind of like he had a little bit of a little man syndrome. I know that's wrong to say. Sorry, y'all. And like
He did.
anger issues and things like that. Like, yeah, I don't see that in Miguel at all. He seems very chill, very sure of himself.
Hmm.
Um, but he just seems like if you get to him to a certain point where he's disconnected.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't really see him getting angry
Yeah, it seems like
either.
it took him a while to kind of open up to where he is with Lindy because at first it was kind of confusing. Like at
Hmm.
first he wasn't expressing, how he felt about her, but I feel like he's doing that more and more.
I think it's because I think he mentioned it as he's letting her see a few of his quirks. She seems to be accepting of it.
Mm.
Maybe that's what he kind of like. I don't know.
Maybe that's
Well,
and that's what I feel like happened with Mitch. Like at first how Mitch was being like, so whatever, because I think he was afraid of Kristen not accepting his
mm,
kind of quirks, but not really quirks, just him.
yeah.
So I feel like that's how he also became more open and accepting and, vulnerable with Kristen because he saw how accepting she was of him.
Yeah, because seeing those things with Miguel, yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons and the cosplay, I don't know if that would work for me. I would think it's a little strange.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would just be like, that's you, that's your thing. You can have your thing, then that's fine. I don't care. It wouldn't bother me. Um,
the
it was kind of
costume,
funny when she was like, when he said like, "This is my Bible," and she's like, "Whoa, that's a little too sacrilegious."
she did. Yeah, when he pulled all that stuff out, I was like, oh, wow, you're serious.
Yeah, but I don't think that would bother me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Why would it bother? Why would it bother someone? I guess if their significant other had like different hobbies that you didn't like or didn't think were interesting.
I guess the Dungeons and Dragons wouldn't bother me. It depends on how much you like, how often are you doing this? Like, is this like once a week thing? Are you doing this multiple days a week?
I guess I would just see like how does that if it interferes maybe with a relationship because I would also think
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that I feel like guys do in general that I don't particularly
Yeah,
care
like
for.
like video games.
Like you're even going playing basketball. I feel like you're gonna go play basketball again.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're just doing it once a week, sure. But like if it's like every day after work, okay,
Yeah, so
that's a
I
bit
just feel
much.
like what it depends on like how much they're doing anything outside of, what like us being able to spend time together. It depends on like how
Mhm.
much of it is that. Because I have no problem with anybody having like any type of hobbies or things that they like to do. That's fine.
Yeah. I just
As
think
long
the
as I don't gotta
costumes
do
might be
it.
a bit much for me. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can do
The costumes.
costumes.
Hey, if you want to
Like,
go out wearing costumes, like I say, that's you looking crazy, not me.
but I mean, it's kind of an extension of you.
I don't know. It wouldn't bother me. Be like, oh, your husband does that? Yeah, he does.
Oh my goodness. I saw Miguel leaving the other day with his bear costume on. What do y'all have going on?
I was like, yeah, he be doing that dungeon stuff, girl. I don't know.
I think I'll be like, are y'all like furries? What's
No.
happening?
I was like, no. I don't know. It wouldn't bother me though. People do what they do.
Yeah, they do what they do. That is true. I know we all have our things.
Yeah,
So we all have our things. I like reality TV. Some guys probably think that's very basic of me and
exactly. My husband
don't
hates
like
that
that.
I watch Bridgerton and all those types of shows, Pride and Prejudice. I remember one time I was watching Pride and Prejudice and he walked in the room and he was like, what are they even saying?
What are they even
He was
saying?
like, what are they even like? I don't even understand what they're saying.
Oh man, that is funny.
So, I
I
mean,
don't really like those shows either. I'm with Tori on that. Like I like British shows, but not like 1800s British.
I probably watched Pride and Prejudice like a million times. And that show that came out like I think when we were in high school.
See, we all have our things. We all have our things.
Yeah, definitely. But good for them. She needs to work on that anxiousness and just understand that in order to have a healthy relationship, you're going to have to communicate when things aren't going well, when things are going well, when you're happy, sad, angry, frustrated. You got to communicate those things. And you have to understand that although it might have been something that you did, it's not like this person is trying to, well, they hopefully aren't attacking you. They're letting you know so
Hmm.
that you can make your relationship better.
Right. Just reframe it, Lindy. Reframe it. But yeah,
Well,
that's all I got for this week.
let's see what happens as they go forward.
I am liking this season though.
Yeah, I think, like you said, when they have older couples, I think it's more, it makes more sense.
Hmm.
So I think, like, is Nate the youngest?
No, what's her name?
Lindy.
Morgan is. She's
Oh, Morgan.
27.
Oh,
She
okay,
does
that's
seem older.
yeah. She seems more like, I guess, sure of herself.
Yeah, but I think all the guys are in their 30s or older. Mitch was the only one.
Yeah, like you said before, I think there's so much give and take with that. The good thing about it is that they're probably more ready for a relationship. The bad thing
Hmm.
about it is that they're also very like when people are older, they're just very set in like tunnel vision, and trying to break that
Sasha.
tunnel vision can be hard.
Sasha.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I'm really interested to see how she does on the show because I relate the most to her.
I don't think I've ever had anyone on the show that I like relate to.
No, or you like see a little bit of yourselves in them, of yourself in them.
Nah. I don't know. I need to think about it.
Oh, because I feel like I can be like Sasha sometimes. Well, I don't like shoes in the house. I'm very particular about dishes in the sink.
I think I was
Like,
probably more
mm,
like her, and then over time, I had to let go of a lot of the small things.
yeah,
I just learned to just, especially after having kids, you don't have time for that kind of stuff. Like you just gotta let go of so much, because if not, you're gonna be mad and frustrated and so much of whatever, whatever all the time.
that is true. Nothing's gonna be neat.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's gonna be perfect, and I feel like me and my husband both dealt with that a little bit. We were very particular about a lot of different things differently. Like he was maybe particular about this, and I was particular about that. And just like after a while, it's just like it don't even matter. Like why does it matter?
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to like pick and choose your battles, and
Yeah. So some
we
stuff is
still
just
learn to do
like,
that.
and then I started letting go of some things that I even used like I used to be really bad about. Like I hate dishes in the sink. Like growing up, we would not go dishes in the sink. But then after a while, it's
Hmm.
just like I don't even care, bro. I'm tired. You're tired. Let's just go sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like after a while, like some of the things that seem so big, they're not as big as anymore.
Yeah, maybe she'll learn that over time.
Yeah.
Mm.
And definitely trying to be that way with kids is just impossible.
Good luck.
Impossible. But yeah, we'll see.
All right, guys.
So
Well, let us know what you thought of this episode.
yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You don't want to miss out.
We'll be back next week with a brand new episode.
All right.